A portfolio loan? What is that? I don't never heard of that. Portfolio. I want to build a portfolio, but what is a portfolio loan, Richard? Okay, let's break it down. A portfolio loan was actually something I was going to do a couple of years ago across all of my real estate portfolio. You can have two different types of portfolio loans. So you can have a commercial style portfolio loan, or you can have a residential style portfolio loan. Portfolio loans are a very unique type of loans because what they do is a lender will look at your portfolio and say, hey Richard, you have 10 multifamily or single family homes, let's just say. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take one loan over the total of the value of your properties, and we're gonna have all of that loan cover all the debt. So if I have 6 or 10 or 15 loans in that portfolio, the portfolio loan would go and pay off all of those loans. All those different banks would be paid off. I would have no more debt with them. And then this portfolio loan would be one loan with one bank, and it would oversee all of the different portfolio assets. So if it's 10 different houses, then it's 10 different loans consolidated to one called a portfolio loan over all of those 10 assets. It's an extremely powerful thing. And if you can do a portfolio loan with interest only, and if you can remove the recourse, meaning that if, let's say for example, one of the assets fails or the business defaults or something happens, the ideal would be that you would not have that recourse happen to you personally, because if it happens to you personally, that means the bank goes after Richard instead of going after, let's say, the LLC, the limited liability company that manages all of the portfolio. I would prefer that instead of it coming to me. Another thing with portfolio loans there's prepayment penalties, and those prepayment penalties are gruesome, right? Like for example, if your interest only loan literally has interest only payments every month, then all you really are paying towards is interest. But if you have a prepayment penalty, right? That prepayment penalty is there. So this prepayment penalty would basically say if you sell an asset, or you cancel your portfolio loan, or you refinance it, or you close it out before the term is due, you have a prepayment penalty. And that prepayment penalty is going to be maybe all of the remaining interest left on the loans. And it's like, dude, what? Think about that for a second. If you have 10 years and you've only had the loan for 1 or 2 years, then you would have to make every single payment left over for the 8 years on that loan at closing. That's stupid, because that means that you wouldn't have made any profit and all your money would be gone. So that's one thing, a word of caution I highly advise you look at in your documentation, especially with any loan, but most importantly with portfolio loans. I never took the portfolio loan out, and I'll tell you why. Because if I took a portfolio loan out on all of my real estate, I would have to create 2 different portfolio loans, one for my larger real estate, my commercial real estate, and one for my multifamily, single family, multifamily real estate. And it would be complicated because I wouldn't be able to sell, even if I wanted to sell one of the houses that I have, one of the structures that I have, I wouldn't be able to sell it because it's bundled into one loan. So that's the challenge for me, and I felt like that makes it a little bit less dynamic. So I think you should be really looking into the pros and cons on these types of loans. And in particular, you should be looking at if a portfolio loan makes sense for you or not. All right, your cousin Richie just dropped some bombs. Go down below, leave me a question. I'll help you guys out, answer anything that you have on real estate and portfolio loans in particular.